What's a fair price to pay for a used vehicle? Now comes the tricky part of a used car buying experience. How much should you pay? Now there are several ways to approach this somewhat daunting task if you do your homework. See, and you thought homework was just for school and it would end once you graduate. Not going to happen. Now you can end up with a great used car price if you just do your homework. First of all, you must understand that when it comes to used car pricing, there's no invoice price that many consumers have become so accustomed to hearing about. You see, used car prices are dictated by how much a dealer pays for it, either when they bought it at an auction where they bid upon it, or what they paid for it when some other customer traded it in on another vehicle, or what they paid for it from someone who was just selling it outright. Now, once a dealer buys this used car, they also recondition it. In other words, they spend additional dollars putting tires on it, checking hoses, washing it, waxing it, so they have these additional costs on top of the original selling price, what they paid for it. So you see, terms like invoice and MSRP, or manufacturer suggested retail price, simply don't apply to used cars. In order to give you a general idea of the prices you might find on types of vehicles you're interested in, you can check out sources like Edmunds.com, KellyBlueBook.com, and other sources like that. Now remember, these are only guidelines. Sellers aren't obligated to price the cars they're selling at these prices. A seller will also take into consideration such issues as limited availability of a particular model, overall condition, and market demand, among other factors. But these sources are a good place to start. Your local bank or credit union can also help you because they have access to other pricing sources such as NADA and Auto Black Book. Now, you'll want to be familiar with these classification processes within these various sources. Now, what I mean by classification process is this. Now, a vehicle's price is also impacted by the classification of, is it rough, is it average, is it clean, or is it extra clean? Now, for a vehicle to be rough, that usually means it has excessive high mileage. The body may have some dings, dents, perhaps a little rust. There may be some burned holes in the seat. The carpet's excessively worn. Average condition is just that. Average mileage, average body condition, nothing really great about it. Average wear and tear that matches the mileage inside. Clean means the mileage is somewhat less than average. The car body is in very good condition, and the inside is pretty good shape as well. Extra clean means the person probably kept at extremely low mileage and was kept in the garage. You see, mileage is one of those classification factors that's pretty important. And traditionally, somewhere between 12,000 to 15,000 miles a year is generally accepted as average miles driven per year. In other words, a 5-year-old car is average, and it's generally going to have between 60,000 and 75,000 miles on the odometer. Previous body work, paint work, and accidents all have a dramatic impact on the fair market value of a used car. Now, we'll talk more about body damage and how to recognize it later on.